This weekend, you can grab a book from a local author. The Writer's Block Book Fair kicks off at Franklin Park Mall on Saturday. And this afternoon, we have two of the talented authors who will be featured here. Anthony and Michael, thank you for joining us today. First of all, Michael, this is your baby here, this whole project. I love the name of it, Writer's Block.
Yep. Yeah, it's our fifth year doing it. We have over 30 authors from the local area, different genres, romance, fantasy, children's books. Yeah, we have a bunch of people there, and it's a great time.
How many books have you written?
I have 4 currently.
Anthony, how many have you written?
6.
6. And as you've gotten into this and you end up meeting more authors in the area, it's kind of cool to see that, it's very stressful, I'm sure, to try to figure out logistically how to write a book and get it published, but learning the ropes and teaching, just kind of sharing some information.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You never finish a book. You simply abandon it, and you hope that people will pick it up and take it into their homes. But yeah, it's a challenge. But when you start to talk to other authors, you find out that you're not alone, and Michael really speaks to that.
So you both write completely different kinds of books. Let's start with you. So you're kind of in the contemporary fantasy, paranormal, horror, suspense type stuff.
Yeah.
What got you interested in that thing?
My first series, the Like and More Saga, is basically about were-creatures, and I don't know, it was something that kind of popped out at me. It was pretty popular at the time when I started writing, and there's a lot of movies out around the same time, and the idea just was always rolling around in my head, and I finally decided to write it. My other series, which is more of a classic fantasy, the Shards of the Coven series, I've always been a fantasy reader. I've read fantasy since I was a young kid, and I played, Dungeons and Dragons, and I got a lot of my inspiration from that. So it just always has been there, and I just, you have so many ideas in your head, and you're like, you know what, I need to get this down on paper and write it out. So that's what I did.
Anthony, your story is very interesting. Your book, it's a children's book, My Daddy Has a Headache, and this is about traumatic brain injury. And tell the personal story you have and as to why this book it just is right in your wheelhouse.
Well, it's personal for me. I do a lot of work with military charities, both here and abroad. I am also a TBI patient. The illustrator for My Daddy Has a Headache is also a TBI patient. Now, when I say patient, not survivor, because every day is different. There's no guarantee.
About 2 years ago was your accident?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. So when you have a TBI, finding the right words can be a challenge. Really tough for somebody who's a storyteller, but it really is a chance to show that traumatic brain injuries can be overcome. And the audience here is two-part. It's not just the child who's receiving the book, but it's also the father, the mother, the caregiver who's going, well, wait a minute, this is a problem. And it's a huge problem for returning service members. There are thousands who come back from serving our country who have varying degrees of a traumatic brain injury, but you wouldn't know it. When I speak to groups, speak to CEOs, I say, would you hire somebody with a broken arm? And they say, yes, absolutely. I say, well, would you hire somebody with a traumatic brain injury? And they pause. And I'm like, well, you're talking to somebody with one. And then they're like, oh. And it just gets them to think in a different way. And hopefully with this book, what we're trying to do is to get people to look at traumatic brain injury in a different way, as they're just somebody who has a different medical problem.
And part of the proceeds are going to?
Right. Part of the proceeds will go to Blue Skies, which is a military charity that's designed to provide emotional support for returning service members and their families.
Michael, then what kind of books are we going to have of these 30 authors?
Like I said, we have, there's mystery, horror, romance, there's children's authors, there's some with some art books, some poetry books. We have we pretty much, if you can think of a genre, we have it there. And like I said, it's the Saturday from 10 to 6.
10 to 6 on Saturday. Where in the mall?
It's in the food court.
In the food
Franklin
court.
Park Mall, yep.
Okay, well, best of luck to both of you, and hope you sell a ton of books. You'll be there to sign autographs and,
We'll be there.
and meet people. That's great.
Yeah.
It's nice to see we have a lot of authors in this area.